to this, you don't play around. Cover much grounds, got game by the pound. Getting paid is a forte, each and every day. True play away, I can't get her out of my mind. I think about the girl all the time. I like the way you work it, I got to bag it up. I like the way you work it, I got to bag it up. I got to bag it up.
Lately I have desperately pondered, spent my nights awake and I wonder what I could have done in another way to make you
Let her rap it.
But you don't know what I've become. Can't you see it in my face? But even living in disguise, but you can see the killer in my eyes. I've got a look you can't escape. Boku no mirai wa dare ni mo wakaru nai.
Well, happy Tuesday. Hopefully everybody had a good, happy, safe 4th of July. No one blew off any toes or digits or any of that mess. Hopefully you had maybe some good burgers and hot dogs, grilled chicken, that sort of thing or whatever, right? Hopefully you guys had a good one. And I did. Went to we have an annual little family reunion that we have. Went to that, had fun. I got to see some cousins I hadn't seen in, oh Lord, probably close to 20 years. It was good seeing all my family members anyway. But that's why you guys aren't here for that, right? So let's get into the show because we got a lot to do today. So right off the bat here we go. So, why don't you come? What's going on here? Hang on a second here. For some reason, oh, let me do this here. I gotta. You guys don't want to know what. You don't care why. All right, let's try this again. Boom. Here we go. All right. So, sometimes. How to enjoy your coffee, guys. Well, we got to brew a pot of your favorite blend, right? And then we grab a mug from the cabinet, right? Fill it to the top, and we debate on whether or not to put on our pants today. That sounds about right. I sign off on that. 100%. So let's see what we got this morning. Okay. So we're going to talk about this guy by the name of One Giant Onion. It's a channel. He's got 929,000 subscribers. I looked back over this channel and the history of it. I'm befuddled. I'm really befuddled on how he amassed such a following, but nevertheless, good on him. Congratulations. Happy for him. Yay, all that kind of good stuff. Has a pretty active fan base. His videos get upwards of, let's see here, we got 605,000 views on this one here, 153 on this one, 91,000, 49,000, 48, 101 on the video we're going to be talking about specifically today. But anyway, the point of this little exercise we're doing today is that most of his videos are very short in nature. They're not actually like in a YouTube short format. They're not in the vertical format, but they are essentially, most of them that we looked down through, most of them are like a minute or less. Some of them are just a few seconds. His titles are very, 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 very clickbaity. Like I said, I forgot my N-word pass. Saying the N-word 100,000 times. Things like that. Just what I say, just very clickbaity titles and stuff like that. So you know, whatever. Nonetheless, it's you know, he's using the algorithm. He's, you know, doing whatever. But this is what we're going to talk about today. This right here. My YouTube channel might get banned. So, in this video that he did here, we'll blow this thing up here. We full screen it here. Thank you for becoming a member there. I love the stars. Appreciate it. He did a video, and in this video, he was, quote, watching SSSniperwolf content until he laughed. It was like a 3-hour video, and he one of these typical, you know, type. He did another one. He's got another one on here where he did the same thing with Logan Paul. I think it was. I think that one was actually watching. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. Where is it at here? Right in here somewhere, I think it is. Yeah. Watching Logan Paul until I'm entertained. 8 months ago. 95,000 views. Hour and 24 minutes and 34 seconds. And anyway, so what this whole thing was is he did this video and it got claimed. He got a copyright strike filed against the video. In this video here, well, let's just take a quick listen.
I don't have a script written for this video. I'm just really freaking out right now. And
well, most of your videos are like just a few seconds long, so having a script shouldn't be a problem for you.
And I just need to come on here and say everything that I can as soon as I can. So if I stutter or anything like that, or can't get my words out, that is why. Today, I logged onto my YouTube account to change the thumbnail of one of my videos, and I was met with something very shocking. I actually have received a strike on my channel. Now, at first, I was really confused because I haven't done anything wrong. Honestly, when I first received this news, I thought maybe I got struck for one of my older, edgier videos, but upon further inspection, it turns out that I actually received a copyright strike from SSSniperwolf. She took down one of my videos called Watching SSSniperwolf Until I Laugh. Now, this was a 3-hour...
Now, this is the evidence that he shows. It doesn't show content, you know, used or anything like that. It doesn't select action. So he could appeal. He could. There's a lot of things that you could do at this point. But and I understand, as a person who has received a copyright strike before, when you have that happen, and especially when you feel like it's in fair use, it's irritating, right? It's frustrating. You get aggravated. You want vindication because, you know, you put in some time, energy, effort into a video for it to get struck. It's kind of it's a little bit of a heart, you know, shot to the heart, a little bit, you know, a little dagger to the heart. So I understand wanting to make a video, but the first thing that I did was I filed an appeal, right? To start that legal process. I'll give this dude a little bit of I think he's I think he just recently turned 18, so he's a little bit younger person, but he's still an adult. You know, you're now in an adult world. You're going to have to learn how the adult world operates. So anyway, this here is, it says here this was published on October 15th, 2023. So we're approaching where this was almost a year old, right? But irrespective, let's continue.
Hour-long video where I watched most of SSSniperwolf's content, and the premise was she's not funny, so I'm just gonna like stay there and not laugh, pretty much. It was just like a simple joke, and nothing was intended to harm anyone, and everybody understood it was a joke. Now, this video has been out for like 8 months, and there have never been any problems with it. I wasn't copyright claimed or struck or anything for all that period of time, and now, out of nowhere, she just decided to strike this video because I guess she was upset about it or something. And this is completely unjust because, as you all know, SSSniperwolf doesn't do any transformative content at all, really. She's a React channel. SSSniperwolf is notorious for stealing other people's videos and not crediting the original creators at all. So it makes absolutely no sense that she would take down one of my videos reacting to her. Now, because she's such a large creator, there's not really anything I can do. She has a lot of power, and I don't really have any power over YouTube or anything like that. I'm just a pretty small creator. I may have a lot of subscribers to some of you guys, but I'm nothing in comparison to these huge creators. This channel is my life. I have said dozens of times that I wouldn't be here today if I didn't have this channel, and I seriously mean that. This is my only source of income, and this is my dream job, and I love it. And the community I have here is literally the only thing I have. And I just want to keep making videos on here that people enjoy watching, but right now my literal job is being threatened by SSSniperwolf of all people. To the people watching, if there's anything anything you guys know of that would help or anything like that, it would really be appreciated if you guys could just do everything in your power to help me and support me. Whether that be just liking the video, commenting, or even reaching out to one of the bigger creators to help and get their support, like Jack's Films, for example, Charlie, anyone. It would really help a lot because, like I said.
Okay, so he he's asking his fan base to reach out to Jack Films. Of course, we know Jack Films had a disagreement with Sniper Wolf, and we can have a conversation if you guys are so inclined to do, where Sniper Wolf is a reactionary type channel. She watches content, in my opinion. She does the very minimal, very really no commentary. It's more of a, oh, that's weird, or oh, that's funny, whatever. And so, if somebody wants to say that she is a content thief, I really wouldn't argue or push too hard back on her. I'll be honest. Whatever. If that's your stake, I'm not gonna argue with you. Another person they mentioned was Most Critical. I know Most Critical has been critical. That's fun. Most Critical has been critical. Has criticized Sniper Wolf in the past as well. So there's a couple of the larger creators, but let's not forget, guys, this guy has 929,000 subscribers. I mean, he has almost 1 million subs. For him to say that he's not that large of a creator, I think is a little bit misleading. He 929,000 subs. Now, if you look at his other social media brands or accounts, right? I guess is Twitter, which we're going to get into here in a little bit. He's not that big. He's not very active on Twitter. It doesn't appear, or he doesn't have that big of a following on Twitter. So like I said again, because of the type of content and the type of videos that he makes, because again, like I said, his videos are very short in length, right? They're like 2 minutes, 6 seconds, 4 seconds, and again, and it's just clickbaity titles. And I think that's where he gets these, like this one here 8 months ago. Can I last 4 seconds without saying something racist? 192,000 views. And it's like this little 4-second video, right? So anyway, like I said, the guys, so he asked his fan base to reach out to reach out to Most Critical, Jack's Films, things like that. Well, I guess either his fan base responded or something, because Most Critical picks up the story and he does an article.
A new
or a video
YouTuber who has entered into this equation here. We got the big three: the Manny Show, Tech Lead, and Sniper Wolf. Yep, she took her lack of talent right to the YouTube headquarters here to strike a channel because it hurt her feelings. So the channel that received the strike is One Giant Onion. This is actually a very big channel. And
okay, so we're not going to watch too much of Charlie's video here, but suffice it to say, he calls her out. He says, hey, he shows some of the original video from One Big Onion, whatever, and he says, hey, the problem when this first started happening or whatever, the thing that I guess I personally, when I was watching all this stuff kind of unfold, I kept asking myself was, when he showed the screenshot, right? Let me come back over here to this. Let me find this here real quick. Okay, here we go. When he showed this screenshot, right, of the quote strike, right? Why was he redacting this stuff? That's what was a little bit perplexing to me, right? Sniper Wolf's real name is out there, right? It's not like he would be doxing anyone. So this here was perplexing to me. And I didn't understand that. That one was confusing. You know, and even in Charlie's video, he showed this same screenshot in his video, right? And so I'm like, why? Why this doesn't make a lot of sense to me, right? But like I said, when Morris Critical Charlie makes a video, it gets people's attentions, and more, especially of the person that he's making the video on. And this situation here is no different, right? Why did it change back to that? I had to go back and fix that. I don't know why it did that, but anyway. So Sniper Wolf Leah tweets out, says, "I want to clarify that I did not strike anyone's video. I do not have any pending takedown notices. I believe someone else must have done it on my behalf." And she tags Morris Critical in this. I think rule of thumb, I think a good, free content creators, whatever, when you get a strike is maybe before you, I know like when I had the thing with Jeremy Hales, I reached out to him through the means by which you can email the person, because it gives you an option to email the person when and so you can try to rectify or whatever the situation prior to. You can. I tried reaching out to him that way. I tried reaching out to him via email. Got no response. That's when I then filed a claim. And once I, filed the claim, and then you sit back and you let the wheels, as they were, turn. But in this situation here, it doesn't appear that One Big Onion tried to contact Sniper Wolf at all. Now, if someone wants to float the argument that, well, historically in the past, that she has been guilty of doing this stuff, and so therefore she really doesn't warrant any type of consideration, I guess that's a fair enough argument. But I think in this situation here, for once, it seems like the people that kind of started going after her is now kind of winding up with egg on their face, right? And that's unfortunate, right? Because my personal opinions are, I really don't have any use for Sniper Wolf. Like I said, I always knew her content was at best lazy. And then when it came out, when of course when her and her husband started getting going through divorce procedures or whatever, it came out that he confirmed in court documents that it was actually his gameplay that they were using for her videos. It wasn't her playing, I think it was Call of Duty. She was just kind of reacting scripted to what was going to happen in the gameplay. So she's not really, in my opinion, very defensible. She had the situation where one of her fans was a little girl who, I believe she had cancer. I remember covering the story back some time ago, and Sniper Wolf kind of ghosted her. And I know Adam 22 brought her on to his podcast, and they really made a big to do about her, the young girl, and gave her all kinds of things and what have you, and that sort of thing. And kind of tried to make amends to the little girl. So like I say, in my opinion, Sniper Wolf is not someone necessarily that needs to be championed or defended per se. But in this situation, like I said, I think a lot of people started kind of going, because they assumed, right, that of course it was another deal where Sniper Wolf was falsely claiming somebody, right? And so, Charlie responds and he says, if that's true, you should contact the strike channel and get the info of the person who did strike so you can take legal action against them. There's a huge problem with this dog shit on the platform right now, so it'd be great to put a stop to it. Now, I don't necessarily disagree with Charlie's stance that there's a lot of nonsense that is going on, false claims and that type of stuff that is going on, and it does need to be put a stop to. I agree with that sentiment. And, right, if Sniper Wolf wanted to be cool and help this creator, if this was in fact somebody that was filing false strikes under using her persona, her name or whatever, and wanted to help the creator, that would be cool too. There would be nothing wrong with that. But I don't know necessarily if she's obligated to do anything, but it would definitely be the cool thing to do, to again help put an end to these false strikes. But irrespective, that being said, this was Charlie's response. And Leia responds back, says, that channel made no attempt to contact me, and neither did you. Well, that's a fair point, right? They just ran, the one big onion made the assertion. Charlie took and ran with it. But again, based upon Sniper Wolf's history, according to her history, was it a safe assumption to just say, yeah, she did this? Well, one of the things that I will say that from my own, flubs, you really got to dot I's and cross T's, and if you don't, you wind up with some, like I say, egg on your face, and you wind up looking a fool. So, and that's not a pleasant experience to go through, especially if you got people start coming at you and pointing out your mistakes. I have loved the stars too fondly. According to Sniper Wolf's divorce document, she had control over every aspect of her channel. So even if the strike was put on by someone else on her behalf, she would know and have okayed it. Conspiracy brain. Sure, you're right. But what we're going to find out here, just kind of give you guys a little bit of a teaser. It wasn't even Sniper Wolf. It was just some rando. And here's the thing: it could have been a fan of Sniper Wolf's that didn't like what this guy did and filed the claim. It could have been a detractor of this guy who did it to try to cause problems for him. So, Asmo, her callous disregard, ignoring rules of other people. She just doesn't have the optical benefit of the doubt when it comes to anything content related. Correct. You're right, Asmo. Is she warranted, or is she due any type of optical benefit? Probably not at this point in time. You're right. Like I said, I'm not going to argue about it too hard, because again, this is Sniper Wolf we're talking about, right? This is the girl who ghosted one of her fans who was dying of cancer, right? So this is not someone I'm going to sit here and on a heel and champion and defend. I'm not defending her, right? This is just one of those flukes where she was innocent. But here's again too, right? So it's kind of like you build a reputation, right? You build a reputation, and then so then when you're falsely accused and you're decrying innocent, people are not so willing to give you that benefit of the doubt, right? They're like, no. You've done this how many times in the past? Yeah, no, sorry, you're guilty. No, right? So anyway, and so she even went and she posted her takedown notices that she had filed, right? Looks like the last one she did was in January 14th, 2023. Couple of them there looks like. Um, and the videos were removed, right? So, and then of course she shows here, this is a screenshot of the what he put up, showing that this was done on June 27th, 2024. Now, this is not definitive either. Okay. I'm gonna let you know, though, she showed screenshots of her copyright filings. That's not definitive either, because there's more than one way of just going through YouTube Studio to file a copyright, right? You can actually go through YouTube's website itself and file. And now on that, I don't know if it actually shows up or not. I've seen people saying, and comments being made, that if you actually go through, and file it through the website, it doesn't actually show up rather than going through your YouTube Studio. Is that a factual statement? I don't know, because I'll be honest with you, I have never filed a copyright strike against anyone ever, and I don't plan on ever doing so, not unless they just flat out rip one of my entire streams and re-upload it, and there's no type of critique or criticism or anything like that. Then I might. But it's, again, here's the deal, right? If anybody was wanting to steal my content, good luck, I guess. I mean, have at it. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't do this to make a living off of it. I mean, I just, whatever. Anyway, Kevin Z, she's not the sharpest tool in the shed. She says she didn't even know how to dox. Yeah. And again, like I said, her history is not defendable, right? So I'm not really going to get into her history just a whole lot, other than to say I understand why people do not want to give her the benefit of the doubt. Play it out, right? Play it out. So anyway, yesterday evening, Charlie put out another video, and he updated the record. Said SSSniperwolf did not strike a channel. So we'll just listen to a little bit here what he says. We're not going to go too far into it.
I've got a huge twist for you today that's going to leave you more stunned than the first time you watched Fight Club. Last night I posted a video going over some more fraudulent strikes, which is becoming a huge issue that's plaguing the entire platform. It's an epidemic sweeping through. The first one was from the Manny Show. It's their second fraudulent strike that they've issued because their feelings get hurt. This one was automatically declined, which no doubt left Manny screaming into a pillow, kicking their feet in the air, wondering why no one likes them. The second strike I covered was one that was not declined. It fully went through, and it came from SSSniperwolf. Or was it? Was it all just a ploy from the deep state to have us eating out of the palm of their hands as the New World Illuminati shadow government actually worked behind the scenes to frame SSniperwolf and she wasn't actually involved? Well, maybe not to that scale, but from all of the evidence I've seen now, it actually wasn't SSniperwolf who filed that strike. And it's a very complicated mess that highlights a very, very rare problem on YouTube that I very much would like to talk about. But let's go through the entire lore real quick.
So anyway, shoot, there we go. Let me get the right one there. So, as Charlie says, it was a SSSniperwolf, and it's a rare problem. And that problem is that, and this is a thing that YouTube does have a problem with, the ability to go in and claim content without actually going through YouTube, the YouTube channel. When you become, I guess, partnered, like I even, because I'm at 1K, so I can go in and file claims. I can go in and manually claim videos, right? There's a dashboard that you can go in and it'll show you how much of a percentage or whatever matched, and you can file claims or whatever. And or you can go in and you can manually claim a video. But then there's another way, like I said, that you don't have to be, quote, partnered with YouTube. You can actually just go out and file a claim. And that's kind of something I think needs to be, it's kind of a double-edged sword though, really, right? Because if you're not partnered with YouTube, right? If you don't have monetization on your channel, then you don't have access to their claim, right? That part of the YouTube. You can't get in there to claim channels, go through whatever. So if you're a smaller creator and you don't have that monetization with YouTube, and let's say you're just kind of starting out, but you're really talented, and maybe you maybe you're an animator or whatever kind of content that you're making, and someone takes your stuff and just flat out rips it off, right? You have to have an avenue which to protect your intellectual property, right? So I understand having to have it there just for those types of occasion or whatever, right? I get that. But I think there has to be some sort of a middle ground where we could, where maybe YouTube needs to look at, once you have, I don't know, say 100 subs or something, maybe lower the threshold down and not make it part of the monetization, but make it separately where you have X amount of subs, then you get access to the copyright tool, right? To where you could actually go in and go through, excuse me. Now that doesn't mean that, some troll couldn't be out here just, claiming stuff as well, because they could still do that too, right? But I don't know. I think there has to be some sort of middle ground. I believe there needs to be some sort of middle ground. What that is, I couldn't tell you. I'm not. That's beyond my scope as far as understanding. Or make it tiered. Yeah, maybe something, Kevin. I don't know. But there has to be a better solution than what's currently in place, because it is a problem, right? You've got people who are large creators that are falsely, and like I say, Charlie talked about that and how they, and getting, it's like getting YouTube's attention about these people falsely claiming, kind of harking back to some, Quantum TV was one who would claim a video. Jeremy Hales is another one. If you even use a picture of him, like there was a situation with Milltown's Best, Super Dave. He used a picture that he had commissioned. It was a caricature of Jeremy Hales, and Jeremy claimed that, saying that you can't use his likeness. One of the first people I remember that did that type of stuff was Susie Lou, right? Back in the day. Really going back to like 16, 17. So we've always had these bad actors out there that, if you're making a commentary video on them, or if you're critiquing bad actions, bad behaviors, that type of stuff, then, you need to, they don't, when a person files multiple, copyrights and they're constantly being overturned, or they're not following up through legal procedures, YouTube needs to do something. They say they will. It says that you can lose your channel actually for doing that stuff, right? But I don't know so much that YouTube has ever done that because of that. But they definitely need to have their access to being able to file the strikes and stuff diminished or reduced or flat out just taken away. I don't know. But they need to do something, right? Because there's something in place. So anyway, now Charlie has corrected. He said, we were mistaken. We messed up. But now, last night, Keemstar got into it with this guy, right? So here's a tweet that this guy put out. It says, here's a copyright strike I received from either Sniperwolf or, right? Now this is after the fact. This is after the fact that he, where he called to action his fan base to get in touch with people like Most Critical, and Most Critical picked up the gauntlet. He, went charging into battle, and now here we get the full thing with nothing redacted, right? And you can see here says content was removed by SSSniperwolf collab company, right? Content used TikToks that are only for boys. See, and this was the thing here. Why did he? Why, like he redacted this TikTok that is for only for boys, as far as what was actually being claimed, and oh, hang on here, it's not showing you very well. Let me go to this here instead. So you guys can see all of it. I apologize for that. But you can see here it says collab company. It says TikTok only for. So why would he? I don't understand why he redacted out the SSSniperwolf collab company and what was actually claimed. That's kind of what was puzzling to me, and I don't. At first, I thought, okay, maybe this like I say, he's a young man, he's 18, maybe he's just a little bit green still, maybe he's not, maybe the old brain hadn't cured or whatever. I don't know, right? But then I got to thinking, and this was a little bit of conspiracy on my part, right? What is the one thing that gets views in a situation like this, right? Drama, right? And he got most critical to do it. So I'm wondering, did he really truly know, possibly, that this SSSniperwolf, this collab company here, maybe he knew that wasn't really Sniperwolf? Is that possible? Maybe, I don't know. And he just did all this to kind of get more views, right? To really, drive, attention. Well, he got attention. So anyway, him and Keemstar get into it, right? And Keemstar says, bro, I just looked into this. You really be stealing content. Chill out, right? He comes back and responds to him, Keemstar, this you? Of course, the old, back from what was it, 20 years ago, whatever at this point. Said, do you really think that posting a picture of me calling Alex the N-word 15 years ago changes the fact you steal content? How dumb are you? So now, then he wants to come in, and of course, all the same old stuff that Keem has been taken to the task for multiple times now. Of course, it's Tony Winchester here, RS Glory and Gold, of course, who passed away, I think a little over a year ago now, I think, due to cancer and complications thereof. And of course, Keem comes back and he says, you can keep posting on my controversies, but it doesn't change the fact that you steal content. Like I said before, you're really this dumb. And of course, he quote tweets this tweet put out by Nicholas Dorio showing that, in this tweet here, showing that this guy this is the Logan Paul. We were sitting there watching Logan Paul, and he's for 5 straight minutes. He never says a word. He never has comment, nothing. He just flat out, so, right? So his point is, so where's the point? I don't care if Sniperwolf steal content. It's scummy, but it's not hurting me, so who cares? So here's the problem. He says, I don't care if Sniperwolf is stealing content. It's scummy, but it's not hurting me, so who cares? Well, then it's like, and I quote tweeted this, and I said, well, you steal content, so does that make you scummy? Of course, I didn't get no answer. I made a 3-hour long joke video about her. It doesn't mean I hate her. I don't fuck with you, though. You only get involved when it benefits you. Do better. Okay, and so when you make a video like this here, Onion Boy, and you're sitting there just watching Logan Paul videos, which I don't know how you do that to begin with, but that's beside the point. You sit there and you watch this, and you're not offering any type of critique. You're not offering any type of criticism. You're not doing nothing. You're just smooth braining it for 5 minutes, right? If Logan Paul came in and he DMCA'd you for this, there's no defense. There's zero defense. You would 100% deserve the strike, right? And you're out here beating on your drum, calling up arms, wanting a defense of this type of behavior. Well, look, there are problems. We have people, we have creators out there that are filing DMCA strikes that are not valid strikes, right? So we try to do the best we can as creators to ensure that this type of stuff stops, right? So then when you come and make a call to action like you did, you get somebody like Charlie to come in, right? You get Charlie to come in and to pick up your call to action, only to turn out that it was not real. It diminishes our the credibility and claims. So you are hurting other people, 100%, dude. Anyway, let's see. Anyway, King goes on. King goes on to say, yeah, this is the third time I've said the same thing to you. The fact that you're lost and don't understand my point proves that what I've said before, you are dumb. My point, you steal content. Yeah, King's right. He steals content, period. So, anyway, closing thoughts. I think the only reason why this story got any type of traction whatsoever is because it was levied against Sniperwolf. Sniperwolf has a tarnished reputation out there and is not well liked, especially within the commentary community. And so people jumped on it. In this situation, this turned out to be this wasn't the case. She was not guilty of this. Who is guilty of filing it? Don't know. Probably might not ever know, right? But unfortunately, commentary, the people who were out there decrying Sniperwolf for this, kind of wound up with a little bit of egg on their face. But sometimes that happens. I'm not going to sit here and really go after people who did call, for Sniperwolf, because I understand not giving her the benefit of the doubt. But I think that this one big onion, I think he's rotten. I think he's rotten to the core. My personal gut feeling tells me, I think he kind of manipulated and orchestrated this for all the wrong reasons. And I believe that, especially with his interaction with Keemstar, it just shows that he's not a good actor, and I think he entered into things kind of with a bad faith, and that's where I'm at now. You guys can disagree with me, and you can think that everything that Onion Boy did was logical, and that's fine. We'll just have to agree to disagree on that one. So, what is this here? I have another stars to follow. Yeah, don't get me wrong. He still did it, but showing old footage undermines the point of relevancy for me. What is there? Yeah, Asmo. Yeah, cue the Keemstar Darkest Moments timeline. Yeah, listen, I'm not like a Keemstar fan. I think he's okay. I do think that he's definitely self-serving, which is fine. I mean, you have to understand about Keem. But sitting there continuously trying to beat him about the ears about things that has happened 10, 15 years ago, I think is wrong. I mean, I have videos on this channel here where I've defended Keem against some of the crap that Tony pulled over the years, and went through history and showed, where whenever Tony's viewership started kind of waning, drying up, the money kind of started slowing down a little bit, and he needed a little bit of a booster. He needed a little bit of a kick into the money feed into his account and stuff, he would play the Keemstar card, and he had plenty of, and he would constantly would sit there and talk about how trolls would come into his chats, and he would blame Keemstar for it. And there were plenty. He had plenty of interactions with other people like Ice Poseidon, and even the devs and stuff with RuneScape. How he got in a big, huge argument stuff with them because of actually things that were going on between other, I don't know if it's guilds or clans or what it is. I don't really play RuneScape, so I don't know what the terminology is. But other teams of people that played and stuff, they would compete for like world first, things like that. And he had beefs and stuff with people like that. So but it didn't matter. Irrespective, every time people would come in and start messing with Tony, he automatically blamed Keemstar for it. And there was just too much information out there that could be other people. Now, they could have done it just to throw the shade towards Keemstar, but there was no actual valid proof it was Keemstar. But again, the Alex thing and so forth. Look, Keemstar's history and track record is Keemstar's history and track record. But as far as recent days or recent years, I'm not really aware of Keemstar doing anything that's just been abysmal, right? So anyway. You can't spell Keemstar without using the letters me. Yeah, exactly. I'm late, exactly. Anyway, I was told that I might have someone actually call in this morning because they had a bone they wanted to pick with somebody. And I told them, yeah, sure, call in. I don't care. But it doesn't look like they're going to make it this morning. But that's okay. I've got a couple of things here. Oh, what time is it? 8 minutes. Can I get through this stuff in 8 minutes? I'll try. We'll try. If we go a little late, that's okay. That's okay, right? It's okay if I go over an hour. You guys are okay with that, right? You guys are okay with that, right? All right. So let's see what we got out here. But what Purple's has cultivated some stories, some things for us as well. I've got a couple. I got another hour watching. I don't think I do another hour, darling, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So this comes from Drama Alert. Says this might be the worst way to propose to somebody. Well, if you're starting out in ski masks and crowbars and I don't know what is that. It looks like a what is it, pry bar. I don't know what this cat's got here, but let's see what happens. Holy, they're attacking this car? Oh, they're kidnapping this dude. Are you kidding me? This guy's stuck on stupid. How much damage did they just do to this car just to do a proposal? It scared his girl. If she got out there and whooped his ass, he would deserve every minute of that whooping. I'm telling you, good night. Oh yeah, she pissed. I don't blame her. I'd be pissed too. Oh my God. Oh, so now she's gonna forgive him. And they're blocking the highway. People, y'all, and this is where a car comes slamming into the rear of the car, right? Because they're blocking the highway. Good night. Whatever. Idiots. Is there anything else here worth seeing? No. Okay, she took the ring. Yeah. Okay. Jeez Louise. What is this here? Okay, this makes me want a Tesla. What is this here?
Got a bit of a problem. Every time I walk away from my car and it locks itself, it farts, and I don't know how to turn it off. My husband and my son have done this, so if there's anyone out there who
Hang on, what? It farts when she locks a car.
owns a Tesla who knows how to stop it from farting, will you please let me know? Here's what it does, look. Please, someone tell me how to switch this off.
So something you can change the sound it makes when you lock it. Oh, well, oh, yeah. I figured that's probably what it was. And something tells me if she didn't do this herself, then probably her son or her husband probably did this to just embarrass her. I don't know, but could you imagine like pulling up to the grocery store or something and you're going in to buy groceries and you walk up the car and you just hear a large fart? People be rubbernecking going, holy God. Yeah, her son, husband did it. Yeah. Oh, what is this here? Oh my God, the fear that would have swept through my body within a millisecond, thinking my life was about to be over. Okay, well, let's see what this is another purple paw print classic here, I'm sure. All right, let's see here.
Respectfully, if whoever did this sees this video, your mom's a hoe. Number one rule in doing a home inspection
What happened?
is always clear the house first, because squatters and trespassers, they're a real thing, especially if the house has power. So here I am, clearing the house. I go to open the garage door. Oh, hi. Life-size fucking childhood nightmare nemesis Michael Myers staring at me in the fucking face. Yeah, happy Friday. I got to scream like a little bitch this morning.
That's pretty good. I like that. I don't know who did it, but that was, yeah, exactly. Give the inspector a little bit of a wake up. It says, this 7-year-old ordered a $600 purse on her mom's credit card. Oh my God.
You're joking. You did not get that purse off of my debit card. You did not order a Marc Jacobs $600 purse on my card. Well, you didn't. I'm telling you right now, you better be joking.
I'm not.
No 7-year-old has a $600 purse.
Well, it sucks because I'm really not them.
What do you mean you're not
I'm
them?
not them.
What do you mean you're not them?
I'm not, like cheap like them.
What do you mean you're not cheap like them? You don't have money to buy a $600 purse. That's mine. My money. How did you learn how to order that anyways?
I watch you do it on your phone every single day, almost.
I don't order stuff every single day. And if I do, that's my business. That's not your money, Amelia.
Well, you know where I say, can I go outside?
No! You're grounded.
You know when I say go outside and you're sitting right there, right? I look from the window and you're ordering a new purse every single time.
Okay, well, that's not any of your business. And we're taking it back.
No, we're not.
Okay. Two things. One, I don't know if this was set up, scripted, or not. If it's not, I'll be quite honest with you. If you want to do a video where your child is doing some sort of just nonsense and it's funny or whatever, I'm cool with that. I really, truly, I am. I like watching, laughing at that type of stuff all the time. But I don't like, and I think there's a problem with these parents who, if this little girl really did truly go and buy this purse and spend $600 on it, and you're going to record chastising your child to put out here on social media, I think that kind of like, I think, what was it Asmo said? That's on the parents, right? It's still on the parents, exactly. It 100% is on the parents. you know, I, I think that sometimes embarrassment about a situation is a form of discipline with a child is okay. I did it with my boys on rare occasions. If I was trying, like if I tried to reason with them, especially when they got older, you know, and they're, you know, they were too big to spank anymore, and so you kind of have to start trying to reason with them. The problem is when you have a child that's like 9 or 10 years old, um, reasoning with them sometimes is not really easy or productive. It just doesn't work. So sometimes you have to do something, right? Now there were times where I did things that were like one time, for example, my boys were at that age, and this is how it is with boys. They start trying to establish a level, you know, like the pecking order, what they call, right? The dominance or whatever. And they were all time fussing and fighting, right? Arguing, you know, trying to establish who was the, you know, the leader of the two, right? Because they're so close in age. And I was constantly on them. Stop fighting. Stop. That's your brother. Quit. Not whatever, right? And they just continued. They just continued. And so one morning I'm sitting at the bus stop, you know, and they're just still just fussing and fighting. And I'd had enough. I just had enough. And so I made them get out of the truck and stand out in front of the truck while they were waiting for the school bus. And I made them hold hands and sit there and as loud as they could and sing the Barney song, I love you, you know, I love you, you love me, we're a happy family, you know, the Barney song. And I had them sing that, right, until the school bus came and picked my son up to go to class. Now, was that horrible? Maybe. But I don't think so, because after that they quit fighting. At least for a few weeks. Because I told them, I said, you know, if you guys can't stop this, if you guys can't figure out a way to coexist as brothers, you know, I'll do it again. I'm flat up, right? You know, and they and I'm sure they took some ridiculing from their friends and whatever, and whatever. But sometimes parents have to. But this here, like putting it out there for social media, I don't know. I just don't sign off on this. I think it's horrible. I think it's horrible. But I don't know. That's me. So, what is this? Male reporter is interrupted by a girl on live TV. Rob reporting for Channel 6. What we got here? Let's see. Here.
Rapid pace, killing more of our teens than drugs and alcohol combined, is now... Sorry about that. Is now taking the first place position on why our teens are experiencing...
Fuck me right in the pussy!
Okay. Sure. Dude, it's just be fun.
Okay, go ahead. Oh my goodness. Oh.
That guy didn't have a chance. I didn't have a chance.
All right.
This one is fake? You think so? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. That was kind of funny. All right, I got one more and we're going to close it up here. And I don't guess, what is this? Let's see here. So, everybody knows this girl, right? Hawk 2. Got a Hawk 2 on that thing, right? Well, she's not the only one, guys. All right, Squatch, I'll take a look here in a second. Then. She's not the only one, guys. No. This is where it started, and this is where we're going with it.
You gotta give him that Hawk 2. You gotta give him that Hawk Cola. Oh, my teeth.
Her poor teeth. What happened to her poor teeth? Oh, Lord, not her teeth. Not her teeth. What is this here? What did you send me here, Squatchin? What is this here? Oh, God. Is this where we're at? Is this where we're at, people? On the R Classic WoW subreddit. I'm 32 and my girlfriend is 13. Can we still do quests together, or are our levels too far apart? Sorry, kind of new to WoW. Squatching. Thanks a lot, guys. I picked her up from her middle school earlier, and we're going to go get to questing as soon as she's done grading her students' papers. So I know that this is like a whole, this is kind of like a bait or whatever, right? But we need to talk about something here, seriously here, right? If you're in Classic WoW and you're playing, right, and you have a level imbalance of 32 versus 13, there's a problem. Because see, the thing of it is you're siphoning off the XP. And so your girlfriend's getting diminished returns, right? So yes, the levels are too far of disparity there. So you need to let your girlfriend probably quest by herself so she gets the full XP, so she can catch up to you. Or if you're a real OG, what you would do is you get her login credentials, right? And you would level her up, and so that when she came in, because it's obvious that you probably sat home most of the day playing WoW, right? And your girlfriend is off working, probably supporting you a little bit there, maybe even. That would be the cool, decent thing to do, just get her levels up there, right? But he should have made his one of the 10 alt. Exactly. Yeah, or play on an alt, dude. Play on an alt for a little while. Let the girl catch up, for crying out loud. Is it that hard? Jeez. Anyway, listen, guys, that's it for this morning. Thank you for that, Squatch, and I appreciate it. Oh Lord, let's get out of here. It is a Tuesday. And I hopefully we'll be able to come up with some stuff to talk about. Maybe we can have another show or two this week. I really hope so. I'm enjoying it. Appreciate you guys all being here this morning. I appreciate the new memberships and everything. I appreciate that. Let's see what else. Make sure. Oh, Nerdy's at work, so no Nerdy live this morning. Oh, well, at least he's getting to work. That's good. Maybe he can put on a show this evening if he's not too hard when he gets home. But I understand if he can't, because jeez, I get. Yeah, at the end of the day, last thing I want to do is do a show. Look into the scammer payback saga. Well, okay, so there's a couple of things out there that's kind of on my radar that there's some updates. There is Logan Paul and CoffeeZilla, right? There's a story there. Another story that I have that kind of an update on would be the Chrisleys. Remember Todd, Julie, Savannah, Chase. Remember those guys? I talked to them a little bit in the past. Todd and Julie were sent to prison for like embezzlement and defrauding the government on taxes and stuff. There's an update on that story. I've kind of been setting on that one a bit update, and there's some news on that. Tommy C just hit 50K on his subs on his channel. He did a big 50K celebration stream yesterday. If you guys didn't catch that live, go over and catch it. It was a good one. He had a lot of people who were part of his team over the years that had to, because of life and whatever, they came back in yesterday to help him celebrate. So it was good seeing some of those guys come back in and celebrate with him. Let's see what else. There were some videos that were put out from the Keemstar's 4th of July. I guess Boogie and Mudahar kind of got into it in person a little bit of battle of words back and forth. There's that. Of course, that's kind of old. Still Connected is going live tonight again. Really? Okay, cool. You might want to, if Seth's going to be there, K-Huck, you might want to try to keep her under control this time, because she got a little bit crazy last time. There were some clips out there, from what I remember. So anyway, but I do appreciate you guys all being here. I appreciate your time with me this morning. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And hopefully this whole thing with Sniper Wolf and Most Critical and the Onion Boy, hopefully that is a little bit more clear about what kind of happened there. Anyway, you guys take care. I appreciate you. Remember to always keep your powder dry and look for me in the funny papers.
You don't know what I've become.